Hello everyone, welcome to the first Boku no Hero Academia month. That doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but still, this is dedicated to analyzing the manga, the show, and the obscure merchandise and side products of My Hero Academia. Why am I doing all of this, you might ask? Because today marks MHA's 4th anniversary, as the first issue was published July 7th, 2015 in the magazine Shonen Jump. To kick off the month of MHA, allow us to go over the obscure products and nature of My Hero that never quite reached stateside. Are you guys ready? Great, let's get going. Someone roll that intro. Before we get into My Hero Academia's first official issue and cover the manga and all of that, I figured we could cover our first obscure topic, the My Hero one-shot. This manga was going to be much different than the MHA we know today. It featured Jack Midoriya, the salaryman who wants to sell designs to gain money and become a hero of his own one day. The reason why he wants to be a hero? Because during one of his debuts he got shown up by the pro hero Snipe and basically got told you will never be a good hero. Well, with that being said, the one-shot has some similarities with the current manga run. One example is Jack's origins and Izuku's origins, both being humiliated by a villain slash hero, both being told they can't become heroes, and both having a nickname or meaning that means useless. As Jack's name was considered useless, and Bakugo gives Izuku the nickname Deku, which again means useless. The one-shot also features a pro hero from MHA, the current manga run, Snipe. The main difference is the more mature tone and feel of the one-shot. I mean, Jack is a salaryman. He was a bit more bitter, self-centered, and really focused on achieving his goals, but still had a heart of gold in all of it. The manga wasn't really aimed towards teens, let alone kids. It felt more like a One Punch Man, less than a teenage tropey shonen. A part of me is a little bit upset, not going to lie. I like the more mature yet jokey take on the hero and villain society. It felt like a comedy with a great story and heartfelt moments. I really wanted to see the world the one-shot was going to become. Another jokey yet unique and mature take on superhero culture, similar to manga like One Punch Man. Thankfully, and I mean thankfully, many elements were transferred into MHA, so not everything was lost in translation. Which brings me to MHA's first issue was a smash hit right out of the gate. What started as a last hurrah from creator Kohei Hokushori, sorry if I mispronounced that, turned into one of the most exciting shonen many have read in a long time. And with the very successful manga comes great rewards, animes, figurines, merchandise, manga spin-offs, the usual stuff. But there's also the elusive obscure rewards, games, drama CDs, live action plays, or the dreaded live action movies. So let's take a quick look at the drama CDs, and oh boy, there's a lot of them. Unfortunately, I do not fully grasp the Japanese language, so a lot of the CDs have to be fan translated. For the most part, they all seem to be one-off scenarios and OVA styles, so with that all being said, Drama CD 1 features Midoriya, Ochako, and Ida all hanging out at the school during a raining session. It's mainly just a bonding experience between the three and some stuff goes down, nothing too crazy. It also contained a 3DS QR code, and that will be very important later, so make sure you take notes in this class. Drama CD 2 features the boys Kirishima, Seiro, Mienta, and Denki trying to get a peek into the girls' locker room. Mienta and Denki use Seiro and Kirishima as bait. Kirishima and Seiro are unaware and hijinks ensue and things go horribly wrong. They kind of reference this drama CD in episode 39 of the anime, as both the drama CD and the anime take place during summer break, and Denki and Mienta create a scheme to look at the girls in their swimsuits, once again similar to episode 39 of the anime. I thoroughly think these two are linked somehow and they have their inspiration that way, so at least there's that going for it. The third drama is my favorite. It's fully translated on YouTube and has a cute little animatic, and it's so adorable. It's a story about Todoroki working up the courage to ask Momo to the Enchi festival. Momo accepts, and they have a sweet bonding moment as they talk about stories, adventures, and just hang out at this Enchi festival. It's really adorable, and it's totally not a date, just two best friends hanging out at the Enchi festival. Nothing more, nothing less. CD 4 has yet to be translated, so moving on to disc 5. Yeah, this one is just hilarious. The entire CD is just Aizawa, Present Mic, and All Might hanging out in a bar discussing All Might and a special event that's happening with All Might on the same day. It's pretty funny, highly recommended. Please take a look. It's just a good one. I'll leave a link down below. So if you guys want to check out the other drama CDs, you guys definitely could do that. I'll leave a link down below where all the summaries and plot synopses are going to be, so you guys can basically brush up on the drama CDs and what they're saying. And that concludes all the drama CDs we could translate into English. There are a couple radio dramas, but I couldn't find any translations, let alone a summary on any of them. If you find anything, please feel free to message me on Twitter or comment down below. Links are all in the description and comment section down below. With the most obscure part of MHA out of the way, in my opinion, we can move on to the slightly, about this much, less obscure stuff. First, MHA has a line of trading cards in Japan, each with their own really cool designs, and some of these designs are also found or at least influenced in the mobile game Boku no Hero Academia Smash Tab. Our next obscure piece of material is the Boku no Hero Academia Smash Tap game for iPhone and Android, exclusive to the Japanese app stores respectively. I have no idea why this game is exclusive to Japan, and I have to say, Bandai Namco, the amount of money you're sleeping on is absolutely ridiculous. Please get it together over there. Smash Tap functions as one of those gacha games. You complete daily rewards, raids, and missions, all in an effort to collect new heroes. There's a mini story in the game that seems to follow the events of the anime and manga, and it's serviceable, I suppose. The game functions as a generic brawler with chibi characters and flashy special moves. Each mission gives you hero crystals, which in turn allows you to gain new characters to use in battle by putting those hero crystals in a lottery. Get the hero system. It's you know, a gacha game. The graphics surprisingly look pretty sharp and colorful, and I love the cel shading for each character. The vast amount of unlockable heroes and costumes and the light RPG elements are enough to keep me grinding and coming back, despite the stages and combat growing a bit repetitive. I love grinding the game out during short breaks. The game may be a simple tap your screen and see the cool booms and pals and special moves, but I love the animations each character has. I like the special moves, the art style kinda sucks you in, and it's overall a really fun and not money hungry free to play MHA game. Give it a shot if you want to have a fun time sync for a month or two. You could download Smash Up on the Japanese app stores for both Android and iPhone through the use of a Japanese Play Store or iPhone Apple Store account. Smash Tap was a fun distraction, and on that note, I figured I'd mention the arcade game My Hero Academia Clash Heroes Battle. The game uses the MHA trading cards as scannable characters you can add into your battle. These characters can gain experience and hero gems and are later able to be transferred into your Smash Tap app. That kind of rhymes, but anyways, I can't comment much on the gameplay because there's not much gameplay to be seen, 1, and 2, I don't live in Japan to try the game out, but the game looks like a slightly upgraded version of the Smash Tap title, so I guess it has that going for it. I like the concept of buying a pack of trading cards and using them as in-game fighters, so at least the game also has that aspect going for it. You know, kind of like a Toys to Life thing. Thankfully, a MHA fighting game is making its way to PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and the PC this October, and the fighting looks pretty accurate as it uses full quirk movement, air combos, and many other mechanics that make the game look pretty unique from other 3D anime fighters. Needless to say, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little bit giddy, but would you believe me if I told you this isn't MHA's first go-around at a 3D arena fighting game? Matter of fact, if you don't believe me, how about we just take a look at our last stop of obscure material today, Boku no Hero Academia Battle for All for the Nintendo 3DS. Boku no Hero Battle for All released on May 19th, 2016. The game features basically most of Class 1A as playable characters. All Might and Shigakari are included.
The game also has a plethora of modes: story mode, arcade mode, local battles, and yes, even a training mode. The storylines for these characters is pretty straightforward. The first chapter you have to play as is Izuku Midoriya, following his manga story leading up to the events of the Sports Festival arc. For the rest of the Class 1A, their stories are something similar to that of an OVA. They talk with other students at UA as they present many what-if scenarios through Season 1 and the first half of Season 2, the Sports Festival arc. And the final mission is always the first villain attack at UA. Battle for All has a tiny amount of mission variety to keep things somewhat fresh, and some objectives require you to clean up the beach, fight test droids, pick up flags, and of course fight against your classmates. The game has a fully voiced story, which is pretty surprising for a 3DS game, and has 3D models for those cutscenes instead of generic character cutouts. One great thing about beating the story mode for each character is the customizable options you unlock. You can customize each hero's gear for future battles. Although most options are basic color swaps, there's still nice bonuses for being great at the game. If you really want wacky customization, you're going to have to check out the QR codes that were in Shonen Jump magazines, and yes, even drama CDs. Okay, enough with the story and customizables. What about that combat? It's pretty mediocre. There's a light attack, a special button, and a guard button. Holding down the L button and pressing your special gives you a super as long as you have 1 bar of super, and if you build enough meter, you can use your plus ultra attack, which is basically a cinematic level 3 of the game. There's a counter attack button, but it's so laggy it's borderline unusable, and a guard crush button that staggers every enemy for what feels like centuries. And the game tries to be interesting by including everyone's quirk. For example, Sue can jump really high, use her tongue, and combo in midair. Jiro can use her earphone jacks to stun opponents and do a base boost. Ochako can make rock projectiles by using float, etc. And as cool as these abilities are at first, you quickly realize the limitations of the 3DS as every combo is flowcharted to 1 button. Oh, I'm going crazy just thinking about it. I mean, you press Y, jump, Y, special, and then do a super. It's not the worst thing in the world, no. And I'm used to anime fighters being dumbed down and having pretty poor mechanics for these types of games, especially if they're licensed. The issue with Battle for All is the weird weight, yet floaty filled of combos and characters. Some characters are as light as feathers when they jump, and others are as heavy as rocks. Some combine the two, say if you drop an Ochako combo, and you just kind of plummet to the ground like a rock, and your character stands there awkwardly because you're in the stun animation. Each character controls very stiffly, which makes all your defensive options like rolling and even blocking useless because of how laggy everything feels like. What also doesn't help is the 30 frames per second cap on the game adding on to this issue, because it doesn't control as smooth, causing for more lag and stuff like that. Combos can be fun and enjoyable thanks to the use of supports in this game. By pressing left or right on the D-pad, you summon a support hero, and this allows for some pretty cool stun combos and resets, not gonna lie, but the game just lacks a good combo system. The game can be fun at first, but when you combine that with the lackluster frame rate, repetitive combo scheme, awful touchscreen boost to gain power mechanics, boring stages, stiff defensive options, and sluggish controls in general, and the obvious rush presentation to make a quick buck on the MHA fanbase, yeah, it's just alright. It felt like the studio dips knew what they wanted to do, but were bogged down by development time and deadlines, and this happens quite frankly to this company with Namco Bandai. They've also created great games like Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2, but when it comes to these types of titles, they're always held back by development restrictions. That all being said, the game looks pretty good for a 3DS title. Nice facial animations, great colors and shading, backgrounds and stages look pretty gosh darn good, and the specials are really well done. It's just a shame it's behind this trash combat system. I feel like Battle for All would have been much fun and much better as a beat 'em up with MHA characters and not a full-fledged Fisher-Price version of Naruto Ninja Storm games. I guess it's time for me to recommend this and stuff, and yeah, if you come across this game, I guess give it a shot if you're a die-hard MHA fan. Other than that, just give this one a hard pass and wait for One's Justice, which comes out October, and if that's trash, I guess we could all just pray to Arc System Works to make a great 2D MHA fighter, because Arc Sys does no wrong.
So that about does it for my obscure My Hero Academia information. Tune in next Saturday as we analyze the My Hero anime, and with that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you like what you saw, please stay tuned. I really recommend hitting that subscription button and plus ultra that bell icon, because your boy is a small channel and anything to help me grow would be great. And don't forget to leave a like, and please discuss in the comment section down below any obscure MHA media or just your thoughts on MHA in general. If you have any questions about any of these things or media wise and anything like that, please feel free to hit me up on Twitter and follow me there, where I post about basically MHA and anime and games and all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you guys all for coming out once again. It really means a lot to me that you guys stuck around, and I will see you guys hopefully next Saturday. Peace.